Ultimate Guard Cup Top 32 match between Tier 0 games versus E-Man games. I'm here with Jonathan JJ Rogers. You might know him from the YCS stream in Chen. And me as well, I guess. So first of all, this is my first time being the operator here, so basically being the tech guy, so if something goes wrong, it's my stupidity. Let's see if this is even on the right channel. So...
it's on the right channel, it's streaming.
It's on the right channel, that's perfect. Okay, so I did something right.
It's just the stream title probably needs to be changed, but it's whatever, it's fine.
Okay, so we are going to see the featured match of Niko Schlierkamp versus Matt Chen, as I think I remembered correctly.
Yep. Niko Schlierkamp, being a prominent member of E-Man Games, have topped multiple events, YCS Prague, Rimini, Utrecht as well, where he actually ended up taking first place at that one, which is fresh on the memory. And then you have Tier 0 Gaming, a relatively new UK-based team, relatively new, but they also have some pretty prominent members, and we'll be watching a duel between Miss Chen himself, who also made top 16 last year of YCS London, playing a FTK variant of the Goki deck, which was kind of interesting. It was like a dark Goki combo thing, which was kind of cool.
Okay, so the title of the video is 100% wrong.
It'll be fine.
I will have to figure out how to change that midstream.
It's gonna be fine. So I think we're gonna be starting off. I think most of you guys probably don't know it. We have the information already what they both are playing. They're playing a Thunder Dragon matchup versus Pendulums. Thunder Dragons usually don't really have that much game against Pendulum, since Pendulum searches, I guess maybe
we don't have Pendulum here.
No, it's not.
Thunder Dragon versus Orchest.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the pure Orchest variant, because the whole team is playing pure Orchest, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, so then it's just Thunder Dragon versus Orchest. That's dope. Nice. So he's going for the link replay, using the effect of Dragon Matrix, adding an extra copy back to hand, and then using a fusion to make Titan. Alright, makes sense. So more or less one of the very prominent and easy openings that I can have. Making Colossus, because he uses pure Thunder Dragon in the name. Okay, so he's not going for Titan into Dragon.
Okay. So I'm really working on it, guys. Aha!
No.
Aha. Okay.
So he's gonna pass on one Colossus and a Link Reba. I think a lot of the times where Thunder Dragons sort of changed a lot of their playstyle, which they used to have like double Colossus or triple Colossus even. I kind of like this route where they go into a whole, one Colossus. If you out it, I'll just make an next one. If you out that one, I'll just make an next one again. So they kind of just keep on having like a mistake on legs, and you have to kind of constantly have to deal with it. And it forces a lot of extra resources out of your opponent to deal with it, which I really, really like. But revealing Trickstar Corbin. See if Mr. Chen has any response to this. No?
Okay, I did it.
Good, awesome. Thanks, Leo. Thanks.
No problem. Okay, so let's see if I can get back into this game.
I think right now we're so far the Thunder Dragon players already established a Link Rebo, to back row, and a Colossus, obviously. And now Mr. Schlierkamp is taking his turn, resolving some of his effects. Normal Summon Mathematician sending a Corbin to Griv. I think he more or less has combo already, but this also allows him to double 1-1, which actually gives a little bit of extra reach if you're playing more or less the pure variant. I really like this play a lot.
I mean, it's interesting to see Trickstar Corobane in Orcus. I mean, not really interesting right now, but in the future, after, I think we can't ignore this hot potato, after having a new ban list out today, we can't
recently
ignore that cards like Trickstar Corobane might not be as popular anymore.
Nope. Nope. I mean, I think you might only like see it in decks that kind of just needs the extra body, because it's like a 2K beat stick and special summon itself. And I think maybe going into the future, who knows how big or how versatile or how strong the monsters are gonna be, and like having something like 2K special summon itself and be a link material can kind of still see play. I don't know. Not a not a mind reader. I don't know how a lot of decks are going to shape out. Do you have you have a bit of an idea what might be some of the better decks currently going forward?
Thunder still looks really, really strong.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, interesting stuff here. 2 set cards on the side of Matthew Chen, and the only card that could be used as a back row in his deck is Super Polymerization that he plays at 3 with the Predaplant Fusion, the Solomon Grade Fusion, and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. That, in this situation, can only be used on 1 Dark of his opponent and his own Linkuriboh. So not too effective, not too ineffective though.
But he does get a free arrow from the Galatea though, which is kind of cute.
Yeah, but if the Galatea gets fusioned away, then...
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you still end up with something. Yeah. I mean, it really depends on how dangerous Niko can make his board.
I mean, he also plays Nibiru. Main deck.
Oh, Chen does.
Yeah, they both do actually. So...
Oh, that's good. I think it's a lot better for Chen than it is for Niko though, since Thunder Dragon can kind of choose how much times they want to. Because they just need to make a Colossus and that's it. Let's see if Chen has a response to this. Nope, does no response. Draws his 2 cards.
So Orchestrate to return a card that provides so much value.
Yep.
It's like D-draw with Malicious every time. Malicious! Also!
Oh, Malicious being at 3 is so crazy. Jeez. I'll be very interested to see how that turns out in format.
I mean, like every time Malicious goes to 3, the game goes crazy, right?
Yep. A whole lot more explosive decks get created. A lot of crazy combo potential gets created. I personally have my ice pegged on like a hero variant. Maybe I'll go in first or go inside of which one. I think heroes are primed to do really well at the moment.
Oh, and now this is something that I expected. Longirsu was used to send away the Thunder Dragon Colossus basically for free, so he can attach with his... Oh, well, there wouldn't be anything to attach actually with Longirsu, but now Super Poly is drop Longirsu and Galatea, make a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and now Terraforming is alive for Niko. So was that his plan all along? I really don't think so, but...
I don't think so as well. I mean, like in this scenario, so say for example he kept his board, he probably could have gone for Light Stage instead, because he didn't really profit too much from the Babel in this scenario, since a lot of the stuff he already sent back already anyway.
I heard a noise. What happened? Did someone follow? Did something happen? I don't know. I was really thrown into this. I have no idea how to even like check if something happened.
Oh, I think they can hear me twice or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think you probably need to turn me down on...
Yeah, okay, so I think I might have an idea why this is again. So stop making noises unless it's like a good thing, but what's happening?
Okay. So like looks like we have somebody who just joined the CSL.
Oh really?
Thank you for the subscription.
Yeah, thank you very much. If that is what's going on.
So Ash was just chained on the Thunder Dragon Fusion that was just banished. So you can't search for a Thunder Monster. Do you think some of these lists still play Denko or no? Like maybe 1 or 2 main deck.
I mean, I can check. I think 1 Denko main deck is always kind of beautiful, but Matthew indeed runs none.
None, okay.
Let's see.
So I mean,
Niko runs some spice that he can use as back row, except for Orcus Crescendo, which would be not too useful in this situation.
Nope, not at all. So right now we have the Matrix being summoned.
I mean, you could make the Crescendo alive by using the Nightmare in his graveyard to push something of his opponent, then sending Skeleton, then summoning back a Link monster, but that would be ridiculously slow. He plays Impermanence and 1 Crescendo, and that's about it. So, yeah. There we go with the Impermanence on Phoenix.
Okay, so then using Dark. Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand any of this. There's just so many random words. This is way too confusing for me. Okay, so Thunder Dragon Fusion is activated, and there will be a card summoned next to the Nightmare Griffin, Phoenix, as this is the only place where he can summon an extra deck monster too. He has discarded Thunder Dragon already, so he can go for a Colossus. He could also go for Titan. Titan is the more popular choice versus Orcus most of the time, as the deck doesn't really search too much. But I mean, without any kind of hand effects, the card is also not that good. But Titan is going to be summoned.
Yep. I mean, it does allow him, if, say for example, if he shuffled, if he still does have like a Thunder Dragon in his hand, he can kind of just,
okay, so that was to be expected, actually.
Yeah, so he just clears the board, more or less. He just clears everything. Or at least 2 cards.
So, the Daigusto Emeralds are going to be popped, probably. Talking about these sleeves, of course.
I'd really like to see that card be playing in a deck again. So something like Exceed. Maybe like Lunalight, maybe might be, looking to probably be a pure X deck now. Maybe instead of just Orcus, or a little, still more Orcus, or still something else like it does outside of...
I don't think that Luna Orcus won't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure about that. But Luna itself is, even without Orcus, I mean, Orcus is just a counter trap and some summons, but and protection, of course. Yeah, Dingirsu and counter trap is really strong setup, and it protects your board from basically everything. But I don't know if Lunalight on its own cannot do a lot of stuff. I mean, when it won a YCS, or every time it won a YCS, it had some kind of splash to it and wasn't pure Lunalights.
Correct. So I'm expecting to probably mix with something. So. Yeah. But it doesn't take away from the deck that it's a really good Link or Exceed engine. So I wonder what Matthew is going to be going for right now. So he's just going to go to battle. So he didn't... Okay,
so that's 2-2. That's plus 3-1. That's 5-3. That would be game.
That is game if he doesn't have anything.
And looking at the cards, he doesn't really play anything that could stop him. Wait.
The Horror Engrave. The Babel is still active. Yeah. Because he can even send something. So you could probably send a Titan. If he... Okay, so if he summons Symbol, that gets hit. And then Banish Symbol, summon Long.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. But then you just attack with Duo for this, right? And then he searches off of it. Interesting.
That's actually a pretty good move.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, just keeping the Duo attack open. And not attacking with it first, so your opponent has to special summon something, and then you can run over it. And search something. That's a good plus. I mean, if you can't OTK, you at least get more cards. And every Yu-Gi-Oh! Player is that more cards is more good. But Impermanence was used on the Duo, and I think he's fine with that as well. I mean, it's 1 less card for him, but also 1 less card for his opponent. So again, a 1-1 trade, which is still basically a +1 trade, to be honest. So, good execution of Matthew Chen so far.
So, I guess you could probably just fuse this off into a... No, he already has everything already, doesn't he? Yeah, he already has everything.
I think I know how to make you less double sounding. Okay. Okay. But then
They say put on the headphones, I guess. I don't know.
again, someone is making... There are noises again. What's happening? Ah, okay. We have... No, I just missed it. Thank you anyway for whatever that was. I really appreciate it. Not gonna lie, I love you for
it was another subscription. Thank you for joining. Thank you for thank you for subscribing to the CSL Sports League, and welcome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, of course, we're going to give you something for subscribing. You can get access to our CSL Discord, where you will have, as a subscriber, access to all the deck lists that were played in the Ultimate Guard Cup. How amazing is that? And you can also ask the players, ask us casters, something that you want to know, and we are probably going to answer it. And with probably, I mean, we're definitely going to answer it. Okay, so let's see. It should be Niko's turn again. He is using the Nightmare to banish the Baguette du Monde, as the card is called in French. Which I still find really funny.
Let's hopefully that this baguette gives us something, a tasty play to work off of.
Yeah, I mean, you can go into hot power, and now he's at a point where Orcust, I mean, he was at a big disadvantage so far, but Orcust really usually outgrinds Thunder Dragons, as Colossus doesn't bother you. You can easily protect most of the Titan pops if you are in your engine. And I mean, even if he summons a Galatea and the Galatea immediately gets popped, which it won't be because I think he has only 2 Thunder Dragons in hand, then he can still reborn it and go into Dingirsus and all that kind of crazy stuff. So he could even you can summon back Longirsu and then just send away the Titan via Longirsu.
Yeah, exactly, because you have like access to World 1, you have access to like so much of your resources, because if he plays 2 crescendos, so he use that 1, right? And then summon Long, send the Titan. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. So Matthew just shortly missing out on an OTK, and I mean, not really shortly. Niko is still at a really healthy spot. He's still at 4,500 life points, while his opponent is, I mean, at 8,000, but now he's really in his engine. But as we know, Yu-Gi-Oh! This game could go like the other way around really quickly. So okay, so Skeleton is used. Is he gonna summon back Longirsu? Lingirsu is not a card, right? Yeah, he summons back Longirsu. Super Polarization
of his own.
Again, yeah. That's a card. That's a card, and now that hurts.
He revealed it, but what's going on?
Oh, he doesn't have a target anymore! He already used one, and there's only Starving Venom. And the other card he could summon is Dragostopelia, and he cannot summon Dragostopelia because there is no fusion monster on the field. And he cannot summon Violet Chimera. Oh, wait, he sends away the Titan and Galatea?
Okay, for 2 lives.
There is a fusion monster.
Okay.
It's the
1
Titan.
fusion monster, 1 dark monster. It is the Dragostopelia.
Yeah. But I mean, even that can still be sent away by Longirsu. So he just effectively got rid of Galatea. Which is nice, not gonna lie. But it's not game winning.
Oh, thing is, cool thing with Dragostopelia, I think he can negate it now. He can negate the Longirsu effect.
Yeah.
You could target 1 first monster, place of 1 protocol counters, and if it's okay, never mind. No, it can't. It needs to be a level monster with a level. Okay.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Level 2 or higher, so you can't negate Quick Fix with it. Card that also could become way more relevant than it already is in the game right now.
Yep. With the Dark Magician Legacy support, it can can give the deck a real good boost.
Yeah. Okay, so now Niko has to face the decision whether he wants to summon Dingirsu to attach the Nightmare or whether he wants to chill. Okay, so he decides for the Dingirsu. He's not going to have his counter trap up for the next turn. He just got rid of the Bewitched Apprentice, unless he hasn't used Arcus Harp Horror by now, but I think he did. Did he?
Not that I remember. No. So you can just make a Galatea again. And this would be his last Galatea? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out of Galateas and your opponent outs it, you don't really have a way to get back, then this really hurts. Like, this is the only way that you can win versus Orcus. You outgrind all their Galateas so they cannot go back into their engine.
So this is also what I was thinking about, Emerald. Just plain Emerald,
Yeah.
just shuffling back your stuff. Easy. It's really bad, but it's very fun. Yeah.
So this is something where Pot of Avarice could come in handy. And
Oh.
still wouldn't be too good because you don't want to shuffle back 5 cards. Never.
No, not really. Because you don't want to have something like a Mathematician back in your deck again or stuff like that. I think you just want to target your extra deck monsters because those are the ones you really want to reuse.
Yeah. Oh, now he gets the Dragon Dark from his Gold Sarcophagus. That's an effect that players tend to forget, as Gold Sarcophagus is not really used to search out cards from your deck anymore, but rather just to activate Thunder Dragon effects. Or Giant Rex, or as I did it once, banish Fairy Tale Snow to send it to your graveyard with Omega and the opponent's standby phase.
There is no time limit. They did just finish their game. One of the viewers asks, is there a time limit? Nope, there is not.
Alright, so let me just check. Why do I have to use a different program than what I normally use? And I'm really struggling. By the way, this is my first time operating if you have just tuned in. If something stupid happens, it's not the fault of the CSL, it's rather my fault. Okay, so I'm not gonna look at the chat. Alright, so JJ, you're responsible for chat interaction today.
Yeah, I got you. I am taking care of it. Let's see. So Thunder Dragon Dark was summoned.
I mean, he has Skeleton Dingirsu alive and the counter trap, so
Yeah.
that's basically. Aha! Now I caught it.
You found it now?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I couldn't read the name in time, and but I saw it, and thank you very much for subscribing or following.
Thank you for joining. Welcome to the CSL.
Okay, so Dark was tributed for Dark. Did I get that right?
Yep.
I like how you sometimes have to tribute summon in Thunder Dragon. My favorite mechanic of Thunder Dragons is the way how they play around. There can only be one by tribute setting your Thunder Dragons over your face-up Thunder monsters, so you can still go into a Colossus, which still really bothers Sky Strikers.
Yep.
By the way, JJ, Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor to 1. What do you think about the deck now?
I think as I already told you and already told Sebastian in any case, I think the deck is probably still like sort of in a vein of Burning Abyss, where the deck is never really truly dead.
Yeah.
Engage is still at 3. Multi-roll is probably at 1, but it just kind of pushes you. Like, the deck is hit hard with going to 1. It's still a playable deck, but not the best deck anymore.
I mean, every time Sky Striker gets hit, I'm thinking that maybe this time, maybe now it is going to be like the last shot that the deck needed, right in the head, so it dies. But every time I'm getting, let's not say disappointed. Let's say a bit disappointed. But then, aha! Thank you, Real Piney. Ha! Thank you very much. Okay, So, Dingears is summoned back by a Symbol Skeleton, and it attaches back the Symbol Skeleton. He's not using the Send effect, but why would he? He just wants to not let this duo attack over a monster, but destroy it by battle so that his opponent could search a card from his deck by banishing one card. I mean, it doesn't search any card, obviously. It searches a Thunder Dragon card.
Yep.
And I think only a monster card.
Exactly. And like Symbol kind of... This gives him the extra... Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Wow. I mean, he had such a great start with the super polymerization. Thank you. Such a great start with super polymerization. But then, man, he just couldn't keep it up. He couldn't pump out a big board. I mean, the board that Thunder puts out doesn't usually bother Orcust or pure Orcust. I mean, it's the worst matchup you could have as a Thunder Dragon player. I mean, versus Luna, you're fine-ish. It's
because the deck surges a lot. Like Luna does in that essence, it does surge quite a bit.
And your Titan hurts the deck. But versus pure Orcust, like, they have so many ways, especially this deck list, to get into their grindy stuff. And yeah, okay, so let's see. I'm just going to ask our judge, by the way, what the score in the other matchup is. Brian Reyes did not win his. He got a tardiness match loss, by the way.
Unfortunately, because of, well, not unfortunately, well, due to our tournament policy, you know, we are a bit stricter on how late we stream, how late we start, because it's not only your time, it's our time as well, it's the viewers' time as well, and you can't be kept up the entire time. Lancet was activated, so that's going to be a bit awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still make a Colossus nonetheless if you have... Yeah, you can still make a Colossus off of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't...
I mean, Colossus is not your favorite thing to end on, especially if you discard a Dark. Just to search it on your own turn, that's not what you want to do. He doesn't even make Colossus, he just keeps the Dark and passes the turn. If I got that right.
Yeah.
That makes sense, he gets a float. He realized that his opponent probably does not care for a Colossus. I mean, he must have... He doesn't want to waste his extra deck zone, so this is clearly a super polymerization. That's a really big signal for super polymerization.
Yeah.
He misses the search, and his opponent probably sides out the searching cards like Terraforming or Light Stage, so he doesn't care for that. And did he pass the turn?
Matthew won game 1.
Okay. Wait, Matthew won game... He didn't, right?
No, sorry. Niko won game 1.
Okay, so...
Sorry. Yeah, Niko won game 1.
Christian Thomas, the Blue Master as we all know him, is down 1 game as well. So, do we see a reverse sweep from Team E-Man again?
It'll be very interesting to see because they're down... Because they're down a player.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Okay, so just a pass from Thunder Dragon Dark Attack. I mean, didn't he search on? Can he not tribute summon it? Wait, there's Lancea, but... Wait, what?
double Lancea. Okay, I think now he has combo.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have just tribute summoned it and then search something like Hawk.
Probably.
I mean, you don't want to... Oh, Korobane plus Monster Reborn. That's huge combo.
I'd probably target my Lancea here.
Yeah. It would be funny if he had another monster and could combo off without using the Lancea, so he could keep the Lancea on the board, because then he could tribute it in the next turn to have another Lancea effect going for him.
That'd be so busted.
Yeah. But it's not gonna happen. I mean, maybe he has a third one, that would explain his 1 turn of downtime. Barbel discard, that is really interesting. As Barbel is usually not the card you would want to discard, you would want to have it to improve your board.
So that means he either has an extra discard fodder or had like a hand trap in hand. Yep.
And it's Ash, so he got rid of the super polymerization. Card that is not that effective if it's your only back row with no protection versus a deck that usually summons Nightmare Phoenix. Next Ash is discarded for the Nightmare Mermaid.
I wonder how he would have felt if he got ashed just now.
Yeah, that would have been really hard. I mean, his opponent did not give him permission to resolve the effect yet.
Yeah.
So
we'll
there
see.
is still the chance that he has Ash in hand, but he does not. And now Niko will have to decide on how to play through this. By the way, Thunder Dragon on Matthew Chen not running Artifact Lancia.
None.
He has decided to go for no material instead.
Oh, that was actually not bad because that kind of hits a bit more decks, I guess.
Yeah, and it's kind of stopping Lunar Light.
Mm-hmm. And probably in the future, stopping Monarchs. Just maybe.
Wait. Wait. No material versus Monarchs?
Yeah, because you can't tribute the monster.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's usually used to stop combos that revolve around the extra deck zone, the extra monster.
That is true. That is true. But I'm just saying it's bad. Hey, I'm not here to give good advice, okay?
Okay.
That's just
true.
here.
We did not hire you for that.
Oh, I'm telling you of the possibilities of the bad cards that could probably be seen. If you're going 0-3 at locals and you're saying like, hey, you know, let's see.
That was JJ's fault. Okay, so Harp Horror is in the graveyard after Nightmare has sent it, and now he is trying to resolve the Galatea. I mean, he is not trying to resolve, he is resolving it. He searches the return. He does not care for counter traps a lot. He's a big fan of always searching return. Makes sense, it's a crazy strong card. But if he special summons out the skeleton now, then when do you return? Because if you return the skeleton, then you can't really play on unless you go for Dingir Surpass. Which
it really depends on what you're drawing into, though.
Yeah, and he
because he
normal
discarded the
summoned yet.
Babble. You're right. Because he hasn't babbled yet. I mean, the Babble's engraved, but he hasn't. Like, it depends on what you want to draw into. Like, if he wants us to really see a side deck cards like Nibiru or on the third Lancia or something, that's probably the only thing I could probably think of.
Oh, I think he's just trying to find the normal summon like Mathematician or Scrap Recycler. Because I can understand the thought process of thinking that this is not enough to win the game.
Yeah.
Or to
Correct.
not instantly lose to Nibiru, of which his opponent probably has one or two, as he just passed the last turn on attacking with Dragon Dagger doing nothing else. And he drew into the Mathematician. The odds of
exactly
that
what you were talking about.
Quite high. As he has 3 scrap light words 3 Scrap Recycler, 3 Mathematician, and 1 Armageddon Knight.
Correct. So then he can, because he didn't use horror yet, or did he?
Yeah, he used Toro. But as he has Mathematician, he cannot send the word one. It's only level 4 or lower, so Mathematician is actually not the best top deck he could have gotten.
No.
Which is why he also immediately crashes it into the Dragon Dark, just to try and find a different card that helps him play better or more. Let's say more.
Let's see. W4KN4. Thank you. Welcome to thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. Don't forget to the other viewers, Twitch Prime is free. Doesn't cost you a cent. Doesn't cost you a dime. Just costs a bit of your time, and thank you. Thank you for the follow.
Wow, he drew into the instant fusion.
I mean, this sort of extends his play a lot further now. This is so good.
And I mean,
this is so good.
Sending the Harp Horror also extended his plays. Because he now had a target for Skeleton.
So I guess he can detach. Yeah,
he can just sit in the window now.
How do you feel about detaching the Galatea? Are you scared of something like a Call by the Grave? Is that an incorrect sequence?
I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but this plays around random DD Crow on Harp Horror.
True.
I mean,
because
I think I would have. I think I would have detached the Galatea as well, but at this point it doesn't really matter. None of these are primary skeleton targets, and you already have a Harp Horror, so
Sure.
I don't think that's worth a long discussion, because you can probably find good arguments for both sides, even though it really isn't relevant. Did you just see what I was watching on YouTube? Yep.
No.
No?
No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did now.
Oops. Okay. That's very professional. Okay, so, wow. So there's the out to the play. He can summon a Titan with the fusion and use the Thunder Dragon effects to pop something.
Yep.
Dingirsu can only protect once.
Unfortunately, he can't really destroy the window, but he can get rid of the Dingirsu, I guess.
And then he can attack over the window and start to build up a big board. Okay. That was awkward silence for a minute.
So he's gonna go to the battle phase, and then clear this window out, and then hit him for an X16.
This random Thunder Dragon Dark in attack position is so sticky.
I put in a lot of work. I put in nearly, let's see, it's 16 by itself, 1,000 extra. Yeah. Nearly 4K or more on its own.
So, let's see. Just gonna give my judge the task to regularly ask. If the other match has any kind of news. But he passed on the Titans, so wow.
He didn't go for Colossus.
There's not a lot happening. I mean, Titan is still good. He has one guaranteed pop. If he uses it now.
If he does have something like a Dragon Matrix in his hand.
I mean, he has to have the Dark, right?
Yeah.
And, oh wait, he can't activate the Dark in his hand.
It doesn't have any unknowns. Like there's also the 3 cards that if he has any hands from since starting the game.
But I mean, Dark cannot activate in any case because he has one in the graveyard and one on the field, so he cannot search anything.
And he only plays 2, right?
I mean, if he plays 3, then I mean he plays 3, but you cannot search
it doesn't
the other one. So if he has a Matrix, he will have to activate it on Babel now, because otherwise. Every time he tries to activate Titan, Orcus cards will be chained.
Exactly.
Do they play Gizmek Orochi, der Schlangotron Himmelsschlitzer? Ja, natürlich. I love this card's name. Okay, so Harp Horror was used. That was the first effect. We will have to keep that in mind. Skeleton is used. What is he going to target?
Is it more than likely Galatea. Yeah.
Okay, so Galatea is summoned. He can now set up a Crescendo. Then he will have Crescendo Galatea next turn, which is insane. The
Phantasme that he had from since the turn before.
Right, we knew about that one. That was public knowledge. Okay, so Phantasme is sitting there in attack position now, waiting for his opponent to attack over him, as 2,400 is not too much, and we know that Dingirsu has 2/6. Good information, no problem, guys. Okay, so Galatea is activated. It's probably going to set up the Crescendo. I don't think he's running more targets, no. He still has Nightmare in his graveyard available to him.
So, I mean, he can probably get... let's see. He can go Longrisu. Longrisu sends Phantasme. Dingirsu sends Titan. Attack over Dark. Probably gets a search off. And then uses the Wonder Wand he'll send, so he probably summon back the skeleton,
Yeah.
and then link with that into a Galatea again and pass a turn on that. See if that's strong enough. I don't think that it is. He needs to get an extra card or a hand drop or something. But we'll see what kind of play he probably could lead into.
I mean, with Babel active, your opponent's Titan breakboard turns are severely limited.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be enough. Like, the pure engine of Orcus is so much stronger than the one of the Thunder Dragon deck.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly go through. I mean, we don't have any kind of information about the hand of Matthew now, as he has used the Phantasme. He probably shuffled back the one dark that seems to be a bit useless. He might not have the dead Thunder Dragon in his hand anymore, so 2 cards that he could easily fix. I think he'd probably just send away the Dark, as the Thunder Dragon can still be used after activating Thunder Dragon Fusion again. But how important is it to get this card off?
It really depends on the scenario that he puts himself into. Like, say for example, he kind of leaves the Dark there, right? And he doesn't try to get rid of it, because if it's sent by battle, this is gonna suck, because he needs to at least try to get rid of it without having it. There's no way. He needs to at least either deal damage to get over it, or at least figure out a way to push the maximum amount of damage as possible. So I mean, the Dark is gonna resolve anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What's the maximum value that Niko can get out of this turn? Activating Longirsu should be a good option for him. I mean, he gets rid of the Phantasme that was summoned in the wrong zone, as I think, because if you summon it in the other zone, then it cannot be touched by Longirsu.
Correct.
I mean, you could just attack over it, but you know. He still has 1 Harp Horror and 1 Nightmare in graveyard as a setup. He's probably going to have Skeleton as a setup as well. And he's kind of forced to link away the Longirsu to get Skeleton to the graveyard. If he hadn't used the World Wand, then maybe he could have just used the... Could have just used the Nightmare in standby phase, and then send the Skeleton to the grave, and then activate the Skeleton from that point.
That could have probably been something too. He's probably reconsidering that play as well. So literally the play what you're also considering is probably what he probably wants to go for as well. Wow. Niko had a Matthew had a response, and that's gamed. Yeah, okay.
But wait, he used what did he destroy with Titan? Like, because Longirsu couldn't be destroyed, he was linked. So if you just destroy the Skeleton, you can go for Dingirsu over it and just wait, no?
I think that's probably enough for him though, because like, say for example, he still leaves him with it. The dark is still face up, so he still has a fusion fodder.
Yeah, and
so you can still fuse.
Is alive. Okay, I get it. Okay, so we're going to go into the deciding game 3. Let's play Subtle Scrapes.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Okay, my dueling book is live again. Oops. Okay, so I got kicked out, so it's back to us. JJ, do you mind talking a bit?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So Terraforming has been activated at the moment. He's activating Light Stage. Adding Korriban, so he more or less has the Orcus combo at the moment. So he'll probably be summoning Mathematician if he has that cycler. Mathematician's been summoned, so Harper is probably going to be sent. So he has everything he needs. He has everything set up.
Yeah, that plays around 1 hand trip at least.
Minimum.
So he can stop. He can still play through 1 Ash, Valor, or Impermanence. I mean, that's the cards he plays. I think, yeah, Matthew is only running 3 Ashes and no other hand trap, apart from Nibiru the Primal Being, of course. This card, pun incoming, has had a lot of impact.
Correct. It's been rock solid. Layer joke. Layered.
Damn. Okay, so this is a combo I like. To activate Phantasma and then Chain Dark, so you can get the Surge, have one in the graveyard, and then basically get a free draw. Because you have the important resource in your graveyard. It's always looking
exactly. And like, say for example, you draw into a Dead Dark, or you draw into the extra one, your third copy, you can just send it back. It's so good.
And Phantasma is in the right zone this time. So Longirsu cannot touch it, he can only... Ooh! Sky Slasher discard, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yeah. Okay. So Niko is allowed to just play his turn.
Has the other matches been decided?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So I guess he's considering what he wants to get.
I mean, his graveyard is packed already. He has 3 grave effects that he can activate. Would recommend. Thank you for joining the CSL team. Okay, so Christian Thomas actually lost 2-0 to... Okay, I have to get this name right. To Zahab Shah, which makes it a 2-0 for Tier 0 Gaming already.
Oh, so this doesn't even need to be played out then. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it will be played out. Don't worry, guys. You will still enjoy good Yu-Gi-Oh content.
Of course, of course. Yep. Eman already lost based on a small technicality. You know, we like to try to keep it fair. As much as possible between players and between us as a organization, and unfortunately, when rules aren't followed, you know, stuff happens.
Yeah. I mean, we don't like to give game losses or match losses.
Of course not.
This always really hurts me. But if you're going to a cardboard tournament and you're too late,
same thing happens there too.
Yeah. So we will have to be strict about this.
Yep.
Okay, so he again just goes for the orchestrated return play on the first turn, not securing. I mean, maybe has it as a hard draw, but not securing like the counter trap or the Babel play for his opponent's turn.
Question: Leo, would you ever want to play multiple copies of Return just to draw it, like 2 copies, just like how you would do it Crescendo?
With Mermaid being banned, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 3 off 100%. I wouldn't say 100%. Never say 100%. But I'm pretty sure if Orcus stays relevant, then Orchestrated Return is going to play a key role in it. Okay, so he really passed on just summoning Dingirsu. His graveyard, as I already said, is loaded. He has Harp Horror attached, he has Skeleton, he has World Bond, and he has Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. A card that has a bit less impact versus Thunder Dragons.
Yep, in comparison to other decks. Yeah. Thinking like in comparison to Sky Strikers, they sort of have a semi-hard time dealing with it. Surely, Salaman Grades, all the guys, those type of decks as well. Since it's very resilient, it's hard to get over. And if you don't play something like Crackdown, some Altergas decks play it, some don't. You have a hard time getting over and rid of this card.
Yeah, especially like the pop effect on the player's turn can be really annoying for decks like Sky Striker because you have to protect your multi-roll at any cost or your 1 anchor that will have to be used on the Serpentron Sky Slasher. And with Thunder Dragon, you can just basically protect your cards by getting more pluses. So, not the best card versus Thunder Dragon, but still, it's a crazy value card. It's always a +1 in every turn in which you summon it. Okay. But I mean, the start of Niko wasn't too good. He's probably hoping to not get OTK'd. He maybe has cards like Nibiru in hand. He plays a ton of hand traps. He plays Lancia, Effect, Valor, and Ash. I doubt that Lancia is drawn. because
I mean, he would already chained it already.
Yeah, he would have discarded it immediately. You don't want to get your opponent to get allures off.
He still draws off allures, by the way.
Yeah, but
he just doesn't matter.
That's why you draw phase it.
Okay, like that. Yeah,
I had
right.
this at the regional once. I activated Allure and my opponent activated Lancea, and I drew a card and I showed him my Phantasma, and he was like, "Yeah, you gotta discard your hand now. You can't banish anything." I was like, "That's not how that works." He was like, "Yeah, it does. Discard your hand." And I was like, "No, let me have my hand. You just gave me a free card."
Thank you, friend.
And then I got OTK because I couldn't really do anything.
Okay. That's unfortunate. That's a bad side of this. Oh, pop. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Titan is going to tear apart this good old Dingirsu, which is going to protect itself for some time, but not all the time. It's going to be sent to the graveyard pretty soon, and then we will see if Niko can overcome the board of his opponent. I'm pretty sure that Matthew is not going to play into a Primal Being.
I don't think so either. I think he's among how much summons right now? 2?
Yeah, that was just 2 summons. Okay, so Desires is activated. Wow, he really has a lot. And we can see if there is going to be an Ash Blossom from Niko. No, it's not. That's 7 cards in his hand. Titan and Phantasma on board. He's running Super Polymerization. Wow. Did he normal summon anything? I don't think so, right?
From what I remember, no. I think he still has access to like Draco Matrix if he needs it. Yeah. He can still make a summoner to do it if he wants to, but that still puts him in a scenario where he might end up overextending too much.
I mean, not if he activates another hand effect.
Yeah,
and pops the Dingirsu and then attacks with both and then activates Super Polymerization to summon Starving Venom. That could be a way to OTK.
Oh, that actually could work, yeah. Yeah.
But he would have to pop the Dingirsu via effect first, because otherwise he's not going to be able to deal the damage.
Mm-hmm. Starving Venom needs a fusion and dark or 2 darks?
It's just 2 darks. Oh wait, it's a light monster. Titan is a light, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. But he has Aloof Lupine, so he goes up to his 2nd summon.
He could go into the
Dragostapelia with Titan and
Dingirsu,
but that wouldn't be enough, and then he would have to overcommit.
Yeah.
Is there a way for him to go into? Let me just check his deck list.
1, 2,
no Appaloosa.
3, 4. This is currently 4 summons though. This is going to be 5 now.
He's really going in here.
Okay, I think he just... I don't know if you overcommit like this, but I guess he really needs to push and see if he gets there. But the thing is, Orochi is still in the grave, so he can just summon itself out. So, I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, right. Gizmek is still dead, but somehow kind of alive.
So I guess he got the discard of Hawk, right? So he summons and he gets rid of the Dingirsu. Then he has the Orochi still. So he gets over the Orochi with Titan and he still pushes... Oh, he's actually just summoning.
Yeah, he's protecting the Dingirsu from Titan Pop. Hawk was discarded, so Titan could have been chained, but as Gizmek is going to be the chaining too, Titan has no chance of going in there.
Okay.
So maybe we can still see an OTK as Gizmek is out now. Mind control on Gizmek.
Oh, that's game. If he doesn't have
I mean, is it? Oh, what did he do? He targeted the Dingirsu?
What did he discard?
With what? With Gizmek, you have to pay a cost for it. And you can't use it the turn it was summoned, right? Or is that not restricted to the player?
No. I was wondering like how he cleared the
me as well.
Okay, I thought so.
Nibiru is there. Yeah, there we go. Nibiru chain Phantasma. So just get the draws in before you do anything else. And then, yeah, okay. So, wait. Niko... oh, wait. Was he on 4 summons? Yes, he was. He wasn't 4 summons. It was just Aloof, Titan.
Wait.
Matrix and
yeah, I
Dark.
was counting the Phantasme.
Wow.
Oh, I counted the Phantasme. That's crazy. Wait. So that's 1?
Yeah, that's 4 summons. That's Matrix,
2,
Dark,
3,
Aloof,
4.
and Titan.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, that's game.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Okay.
Alright.
Unfortunately for Team E-Man, Niko, I mean, he was able to win the game, but he wasn't able to take down the match as Tier 0 won the other 2 games. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for following and subscribing and everything that happened. It was a great night again, and we will see you guys tomorrow night as well. Bye.
Till next time.